The learners may come across a few problems while close reading, and those could be difficult words. The teacher must give them the meanings, or they have to look for the meanings themselves. Then the grammar, that could be tricky for them. Maybe for some of the students, it is high above the level that they are familiar with. Then the translation method. Some of our schools, they are using translation method to teach English. So in that case, the exercise is going to take more time if the teacher needs to translate the text and make their students understand what is going on in the report or the text material that they are close reading, or they can use the direct method. So these are the problems the students are definitely going to come across while they are close reading. Because while they are close reading, they are also looking at the features. They need to make a sequence, as I told you, but at the same time, they need to understand what is going on, what is the meaning of that. So they will be needing some dictionary, either if they are independent learners, if the teacher has trained them to look for meanings, and if they are used to bringing their dictionaries in the classroom, and if the level is such that they can be independent learners. Or the teacher can help them to look for the difficult words in the dictionary. It can also be done in a group, and the teacher can make a small group for herself where she calls all the pupils who are weak, and she can help them to look at the dictionary, find a word, and then they would know the meaning. And the other group, she can delegate one leader each in each group to help the others to look for those difficult words. Because that makes an easy job for the teacher, because if everybody is coming to the teacher, I think that is not possible, and there would be some mess around in the class, and the classroom environment would be pretty difficult for every student to be taken care of. Mostly those students who would be good enough to look at the meanings, they would get the meanings, but the rest of the students would not get it. So it is a good exercise to do group work when the teacher is facing these problems with the difficult words, meanings, grammar, and the method she needs to use. In case of translation method also, I think when the exercise that is taking place in the classroom with the translation method, where the teacher is translating each sentence, actually does not transform any type of learning the language. It is just giving them a meaning in their mother tongue. Basically, they are accepting the meaning or the concept of the text in their mother tongue, but they are not learning the language. What we need to emphasize upon is, while we are developing the reading skills, that our students need to develop in the language as well. They should become independent learners. So even in the translation method, the teacher can work in groups and select the leaders in the class who can explain to their group what is the meaning of the sentence by using translation method or maybe the direct method. It depends. Those students whom the teacher selects are good team workers. They can be good team players to let the others understand the meaning by either doing the translation method or doing the direct method. But they need to convey the message to the rest of the group in order to make them understand what type of language they are using to explain this. Because otherwise, if you just tell the students the meaning, they do not learn the language. They need to learn how to use that language, even if the meaning is given to them in their mother tongue. Okay, the concept is clear for them when you give them a meaning in their mother tongue, but they do not know how to use that. So the teacher needs to give them examples of the words, the difficult words that have been used in the text, and how these difficult words can be further used in a text. She needs to use those difficult words in sentences and may ask some of the leaders or the good students in the class to use those words in sentences to make their friends understand how would they be using these words in language use. The language use of these difficult words is very important, not only the meaning. The meaning is important, of course, for them to know what is in the text. but the use of the language is also important to make them learn the language.